Today on Investigate TV Plus, U.S. reading scores hit historic lows, but one state finds a way to break the trend.
Sometimes students, they have a bad day. Maybe they just didn't do well on that test, but that doesn't mean that that he or she doesn't know the material.
We take an in-depth look at how educators turned scores around and the other states seeking a solution.
Plus, insight into her cancer risk puts one mom on a path to fight the disease before it ever starts.
I was able to get connected with 4 people that I share a specific variant.
How her diagnosis is helping others find their hidden risks.
Then, a school with spirit. We take you to the band practice where young students learn their rhythm.
It's just been my dream to be in a band, and I guess it's coming true.
In-depth stories that inform and inspire. You're watching Investigate TV Plus.
Reading scores among students are dropping across the country. I'm Lee Zurich.
And I'm Tisha Powell. That's according to the nation's report card, which measures academic performance in math, reading, writing, science, U.S. history, and civics.
2024 test scores show 1/3 of 8th graders do not read at what test administrators call the basic level, a greater percentage than ever before.
One state's reading scores that used to rank near the bottom have seen a major turnaround.
Mississippi made changes that now has the attention of dozens of other states.
Reporter Andy Parati shows us the policies behind the progress.
Chapter the 9th, Big Fight. Ready or not, here I come!
Cameron Davis reads with the enthusiasm of an action hero.
It's our only chance to save the kid! Run! The name of the book is Dogman, A Tale of Two Kitties.
A Mississippi 3rd grader with a love for reading that started at an early age.
Once you get the hang of it, you got the hang of it.
But it takes work.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of work. I'll hunt you down till my last breath.
Cameron's reading proficiency highlights a state experiencing literary success.
Lil Petey, are you okay?
That feels like a miracle.
Don't worry, he can be repaired.
According to the National Assessment of Educational Progress, the nation's report card, Mississippi once ranked almost dead last, 49th in 2013, for its 4th grade reading scores. Today, it ranks 9th best in the nation, and it leads the country #1 for overall reading improvement.
This is called a positivity pulse.
Amanda Malone is the state's literacy director. How did Mississippi do it?
A lot of times people call it the Mississippi miracle. Now, miracle implies that humans had nothing to do with that, and so it's not a miracle.
So don't call it a miracle.
Don't call it the Mississippi miracle. It is really a marathon.
That marathon started in 2013 when state lawmakers passed sweeping legislation, which includes funding literacy coaches to help teachers in the classroom, retraining teachers in science-based reading instruction, and passing a law requiring 3rd graders must read at grade level before they're promoted to the 4th grade. Why 3rd grade? It's the year students move from learning to read to decoding words and reading to learn.
What's another word for beginning?
Shemika Harris is a teacher at Shirley Elementary in Jackson, Mississippi.
B.
At first, she wasn't a fan of holding 3rd graders back if they weren't reading on grade level.
Sometimes students, they have a bad day. Maybe they just didn't do well on that test, but that doesn't mean that that he or she doesn't know the material. But now I feel like, okay, we know about the test, prepare, start at pre-K, and make sure the students are getting everything that they need to ensure their success for the 3rd grade assessment.
Mississippi's education leaders say 37 states, including Florida, Texas, and North Carolina, have now reached out to the state for literacy policy guidance and support.
So before we start,
Malone says the intent of Mississippi's law is focused on intervention, not retention.
At the 3rd grade level, it's the time. It is the time to determine, all right, is this child reading on grade level? For the purpose of them being ready for college, being ready for a career. That's one of our goals here in Mississippi, to make sure that whatever those children do, that we have prepared them to be able to do it well. It's a big deal. It is really a big deal.
Despite its success, Mississippi still faces a perception problem after decades of dismal testing scores. Here's what candidates for New Jersey governor said during an October debate.
We need to do what Mississippi and Louisiana did, high-impact curriculum.
Interesting how he keeps citing places like Louisiana and Mississippi, I think some of the worst schools in the entire nation.
When you hear that, what goes to your mind?
Well, first of all, it's wrong. That's not accurate information.
Today, Mississippi's graduation rates are higher than the national average.
Peel.
And testing assessments show there is no better state in the country for low-income or students of color to learn to read.
It makes me so proud, and it really brings tears to my eyes because, again, literacy is a human right. It is for everyone.
ADHD, don't fail me now.
Cameron agrees.
I think that is awesome sauce.
Awesome sauce. It makes you proud?
Really proud.
You know, Mississippi used to be the one that we could always make an assumption about. Well, not anymore. Don't call it a miracle, it's a marathon, and we're still on it.
In addition to improving on those benchmarks, Mississippi has also elevated its expectations in reading proficiency requirements.
If it's not addressed, struggling to read can follow people into adulthood.
We found that can have serious consequences for entire communities.
54% of U.S. adults lack proficiency in literacy, essentially reading below the equivalent of a 6th grade level.
Why are we seeing such a high rate of adult illiteracy?
The areas where we see poverty, we do tend to see worse literacy rates. It's a multi-generational problem. So when we see adults with low literacy, children raised in those households, they have a 72% chance of growing up with low literacy themselves.
It's a cycle experts say doesn't just impact those families, but the entire country. People without strong reading skills struggle to find well-paying jobs or sometimes any job at all.
According to the foundation, if every adult read at a 6th grade level or higher, it would create more than $2 trillion a year in the U.S. GDP.
Still ahead, the setting might look familiar, but the time?
This is definitely more my vibe. I do love some nightlife, but I hate feeling tired.
We take you to the club putting a new spin on partying.
But first, a family connection can have a major impact on health.
That's something that would have been unheard of 20, 30 years ago.
We examine the project helping families discover their risk for a deadly disease. Knowing your family medical history could be life-saving because your risk for cancer might be written in your DNA.
Experts say cancer itself can't be passed down from parent to child.
But if a parent carries a genetic variant or mutation, that can increase the risk for cancer if that gene is passed down to the child. Certain tests can show if you've inherited a gene that increases your risk.
A Tennessee woman says learning about her genetic makeup didn't just save her life, but possibly those of loved ones around her.
Reporter Lydia Fielder explains.
Sarah Kavanaugh was in her living room with her kids when the call came from her genetic counselor.
She said, "Do you have a minute to sit down and, talk about your test results?"
On that call, Sarah learned she carries 2 gene mutations that increase her cancer risk, a risk she could pass on to her kids.
And I was trying to take notes on a little Post-it note, kind of let it settle for me emotionally, kind of let the tears come for a minute, and then I walked out of the room and had to be mom again.
Sarah has Lynch syndrome, which puts her at higher risk for colon, ovarian, and uterine cancers, and a CHEK2 mutation, which increases her breast cancer risk.
So I do the screening every year.
At just 51 years old, she alternates mammograms and breast MRIs every 6 months, gets a colonoscopy every 2 years, and chose to have a hysterectomy, not because she had cancer, but to stop it before it starts.
I can have all of these preventative measures put into place to ensure that I don't get cancer in the future. And if I do, then I'm way ahead of the game.
Millions of Americans carry mutations like Sarah's and don't even know it. For some, having that mutation can raise someone's lifetime risk from 5 or 10% to 40, 60, or even, like in Sarah's case, as high as 80%. But knowing about it early can make all the difference. Sarah uses her story now to help others, hosting a podcast for previvors, people living with hereditary cancer risk, but who haven't yet had cancer.
Welcome to the Positive Gene Podcast.
Through that project, she connected with Dr. Brian Schertz, a Vanderbilt genetic researcher who founded and runs Connect My Variant. It's a groundbreaking program that links people who share the same gene mutations.
We have some family groups that have relatives in Australia and New Zealand and Tennessee and Seattle. That's something that would have been unheard of 20, 30 years ago, and now people are getting on video calls and talking with each other across the world.
I was able to get connected with 4 people that I share a specific variant.
Once families are connected, doctors say the next step is understanding what it means and what to do with it.
In genetics, we don't think of an inherited gene mutation as an individual condition. It's a family condition. Once you know you have it, your siblings are at 50-50 risk. Your children are at 50-50 risk.
Dr. Tua Pal is part of Vanderbilt's Inherited Cancer Registry team, the same program Sarah enrolled in to stay up to date as new research and guidelines come out.
Talking to their family about cancer diagnoses, starting a conversation to find out what is the family history, what's the family history going back, even among deceased relatives.
Living in my genes isn't always easy.
Because of Sarah's results, her sister got tested and found out she too has Lynch syndrome. Exactly why Sarah says conversation around the table today could be the reason someone in your family is here tomorrow.
According to the American Society of Clinical Oncology, most health insurance plans will cover the cost of genetic testing when recommended by a physician. However, as of February 2026, Medicare does not provide coverage for genetic testing for those without a personal history of cancer.
Even if you don't carry a genetic variant, outside factors can raise your risk of getting the disease. In October 2025, the U.S. Surgeon General's office issued an advisory highlighting alcohol as a leading cause of preventable cancer. According to the advisory, consuming alcohol raises the risk of developing at least 7 types of cancer. Experts say people who cut back or cut out alcohol could see immediate improvement in their health.
Just by decreasing alcohol for 1 month has shown reduction in blood glucose level by around 23% and liver fat deposits by around 15% and improvement in sleep, improvement in mood, and also anxiety and depression.
For those who want to put down the booze, one club offers a sober alternative to the usual party scene.
We realized that there was a whole niche of people that don't go out at nighttime, but they still wanted a place where they could come together, not drink alcohol, and still fellowship.
Coming up, we take you to the ultimate party experience without the hangover.
Plus, an elementary school offers kids a creative outlet.
It's giving them something to work towards. Otherwise, they might find themselves somewhere less ideal.
How this band proved instrumental in building their confidence. A growing number of Americans are rethinking their relationship with alcohol.
According to a 2025 Gallup poll, the percentage of U.S. adults who say they consume alcohol has fallen to 54%, the lowest in 90 years.
2 brothers in Kansas City, Missouri recognized a need for a sober space to socialize and created a different kind of club.
Reporter Zach Summers takes us there.
This isn't Westport on a Saturday night. In fact, it's not even nighttime. It's mid-morning at a West Bottoms coffee shop, and the crowd is ready to dance. Welcome to AM Club, the brainchild of brothers King and Nana Amfo.
We love to bring people together.
There are no cocktails here, no hangovers, just beats, caffeine, and good vibes.
We realized that there was a whole niche of people that don't go out at nighttime, but they still wanted a place where they could come together, not drink alcohol, and still fellowship.
The brothers say it's part rave, part wellness, and peak hours are before noon.
People are leaving here with the right connections, healthy friendships, And that's what we're trying to preach out there. That's what we're trying to bring to them.
Who doesn't want a DJ in the morning?
This was Amanda Pena's second time at AM Club. She appreciates the relaxed atmosphere.
It didn't feel like I had to put a bunch of effort into what I was wearing, what I was doing.
Max Nichols leads a run club every Saturday. He believes AM Clubs could be the future of fitness and wellness culture.
People want to move their body, but then have fun afterwards.
For first-timer Victoria Kinworthy,
I met so many people.
she wanted to experience it after seeing posts on social media. Now she's hooked.
This is definitely more my vibe. I do love some nightlife, but I hate feeling tired.
As more Americans rethink drinking culture,
It's only going to get bigger and better from here.
the Omfo brothers are proving that sometimes the best nights out happen in the morning.
So when that story was playing and they showed the shot of the kid, the baby
Uh-huh,
or whatever,
baby.
you gasp. Oh no, oh no.
You know, I guess if it's in the morning,
in the
it's
morning.
okay. It's
Yeah.
just different, very different.
Loud too.
Yeah,
But
and everybody's caffeinated.
they are caffeinated.
So excited to
Good
be
deal.
there.
Good stuff.
Well, non-alcoholic drinks are no longer niche. They're now mainstream.
In 2027, sales for NA beverages are expected to hit $4 billion.
We're seeing more businesses that make alcohol get into the non-alc game also.
This is the Zero Co., a non-alcoholic liquor, wine, and beer shop in Atlanta.
We had a small non-alc section in that store that just kind of kept getting bigger and bigger. And then once this space became available, the owners decided to go ahead and expand.
General Manager Rory Robinson says she serves customers from many walks of life, but all curious about spiritless spirits.
People who aren't drinking don't want to be left out of the celebratory ritual of drinking. You know, it's nice to have an elevated non-alc option instead of just, juice or club soda.
Researchers add that non-alcoholic beer is driving 85% of NA sales.
Still ahead,
Nooner Nights!
one marching band helps students with more than staying on beat.
This is something that not only is a stress reliever, it is an educational tool, it builds better people.
We take you on their journey from practice to performance.
They're symbols of spirit and celebration. From the musicians to the conductor to the color guard, marching bands can build skills and confidence.
Many may think of marching bands as high school or college ensembles.
But one school in South Bend, Indiana is challenging that norm with much younger performers.
Reporter Amanda Perkowski shows us how.
Music.
It's just like a stress reliever. Like you can play it when you're bored, when you're upset. I can sometimes let out all my anger into blowing into the saxophone.
All reasons why Nooner Academy formed a band.
This is the first ever time with elementary marching band.
It's just been my dream to be in a band, and I guess it's coming true.
South Bend's Nooner Elementary School and Fine Arts Academy started its own marching band with a color guard.
This is something that not only is a stress reliever, it is an educational tool, it builds better people.
The band director, Danielle Rausch, says being in the band is about more than just making music.
It's giving them something to work towards. Otherwise, they might find themselves somewhere less ideal.
Nooner Elementary is a Title I school, with about 64% of the students receiving free or reduced lunch. When kids stay for after-school activities like band, the school also provides dinner.
While other schools might be worried about making sure that their students are doing the right thing, that they're practicing and that their uniforms are spotless and straight on, we're just happy that they made it to school.
The band's progress is truly noteworthy.
Step 2. At one point, they didn't know what a set was. They didn't know what marking time was. They didn't know any of this.
We had to practice it in the room, and the more we practiced this stuff, we got the better.
And now they're like, oh, we're going to set 15, cool.
So try FB.
During practice, band members fine-tune the power of working together, and that teamwork resonates through their chant.
First I say Dutch, 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 Dutch 4 times, and then I do this. Lunar Nights! When I did it in front of all the band people, that's when I know, I was like, if I could do it in front of all of them, I think I could do it in front of some more people too.
The band took to the floor at John Adams High School for their debut performance.
I just love being on stage.
I love doing my job, being a color guard.
You had to train a lot for this, and just like that.
Now you're a pro.
Yeah.
The band's performance was music to the ears of family, teachers, and supporters.
It was very emotional. They've grown so much in the 3 years that I have been able to be an educator alongside them.
And the band has given them hope for other musical opportunities in the future.
I play the bass drum, and I hear that Purdue has the biggest one ever. Every time there would be a marching band, yeah, I would sign up 100%.
The lessons learned will stay with the students long after the final measure.
And that's it for us on Investigate TV Plus. I'm Tisha Pell.
And I'm Lee Zurich. Thanks for watching. On the next Investigate TV Plus, affordability concerns are driving more Americans to go without a car, and the choice is creating major hardships for some.
Once transportation goes, you lose that access to employment, you may lose that access to childcare, to education, to your health care.
We examine the cost of cars and solutions to help those without one get around.